Welcome to this special coverage of India's tour of the West Indies, brought to you in association with DAFA News and visit Trinidad and Tobago. India showed their batting might to beat West Indies by 200 runs in the series decider in Tarouba. They have now won 13 consecutive ODI series against West Indies, stretching all the way back to 2006. Playing without Rohit Sharma and star batter Virat Kohli, once again India rode on the half-centuries from Shubman Gill and Ishan Kishan, Sanju Samson and Hardik Pandya to post a mammoth 351 for 5. After that, West Indies were never in the game. Mukesh Kumar wrecked their chase with 3 early wickets, and when Shardul Thakur also picked up his 2 in his successive overs, it left them tottering at 50 for 6. A 59-run stand for the 9th wicket between Alzari Joseph and Gudakesh Murthy only delayed the inevitable. We have some very special guests joining us today, but first let's look at the special report filed by Antonio Telemaki from Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome to the fan segment, and this is NewsX India, coming to you live from the West Indies and by extent South Trinidad. The third ODI, third and final game of this series, West Indies versus India. Just about the 40th over bowling, we are standing by, awaiting the intermission. During the innings break, our fan segment will be featured some Indian fans. They will be telling us about their time in the Caribbean.
Final.
The fan segment moment on NewsX India. Coming to you live from the Caribbean, by extent South Trinidad. We are in the Brian Lara Academy. The third and final ODI between West Indies and India. And it's, speaking about the fan moment, we are with some fans from India. What part of India?
We are from South India.
South India.
Bengaluru. I'm from Calcutta. South India, Bangalore.
You support KKR?
Yes, sir. Yes, we support
RCB. Okay, so we had India closing just above 338 for 5. Chilling with the fans. What is the atmosphere in Trinidad compared to back India?
Yeah, this is like cricket almost, you know. The same thing is in India as well.
Plenty heat.
Yeah, plenty heat, but we love it. The atmosphere is amazing. The soca music, it's amazing.
I was just about to ask about the music. What do you think about the music and the culture?
Love the music, love the energy, love the ambience.
What would you say to any Indian fan who haven't visited the Caribbean yet?
They need to buy their flight ticket right now.
You all reside here or just came down for the tournament?
Just came for the tournament and we enjoyed the tournament and it's very good.
First time visiting Trinidad and the Caribbean?
We have been here a couple of times. We love it here.
Love it here.
Yeah, we love it here.
Let's go
love it.
Back onto the field. What are some of the expectations? I mean, this game is like a final. The third game, 3 out of 3. The series is like 1-all. What are some of the results, some of the expectations we're expecting today?
India must win today. It's because of a 350 score they have done last match. They have 179. They are all out, and it's a very less score. And today is a very good score.
You know, they say you need to toy with your prey before you kill your prey. That's why we let West Indies win last time.
That's why you let us win last time.
We're gonna take the cup this time.
So you all wanted to create a final atmosphere.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, 356 is a very hard target.
Yeah, good score, we will win.
I think up next after this, India prepares for the World Cup. What are some of the things we're looking forward to? I mean, India has been playing a lot of good cricket. Very hard team to pick. What are some of the expectations for the World Cup?
We are expecting this year is a World Cup winning the India, and most of the players are very good and young youth are there.
It's their favorite smoothie.
At least my expectation is no injuries. Get all these A-star players in the team and maintain the consistency. And the cup is in the bag.
Yeah, I think we should win, and we miss West Indies team.
Yeah.
West Indies players has a huge following in India. What are some of the West Indian players you guys would look up to And what I'd like to see on the field today at least.
Great service and fast close response.
No comment for me.
Played at your actual home.
Puran,
GG United.
we are missing him. He's one of the best youngster players who have captained the West Indies team. We were hoping to see him here, but hopefully in the World Cup we'll see him.
Yo,
miss Puran, we miss Puran.
CG United offers new car
miss a lot of
replacements.
bowlers
Remember
also
my
we
Master Truck days?
I think Puran would be included in the T20, so maybe Thursday.
I landed it and went to
Fingers
karaoke.
crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Afterward,
Folks, this is NewsX India.
he gave me some great
Fan segment at Brandlara Academy, South Trinidad. Welcome back, welcome back. It's a fan segment on NewsX India, coming to you live from West Indies to an extent, South Trinidad. I'm here with some Indian fans, enjoying the moment, enjoying the cricket. What part of India?
I'm from South India, Hyderabad.
South Indian Hyderabad.
Yeah.
What do you think of the game today?
It was excellent. I think it's going to be a tough score for India to defend. It's somewhere near there. But we are going to win. It's going to be a tight match.
Going to be a tight match.
Yes.
Outside of cricket, what do you like about Trinidad? What would you say to fans who haven't been to Trinidad and to extend the Caribbean and would like to be here?
First of all, the warmth, the love, the vibes, the music, and the happiness of the people. They just enjoy their lives. They live in present. That's what I like about Trinidad.
What about you? What's your input?
Yeah, I think here all cultures and festivals are celebrated very energetic and grandly. I love Trinidad the same way as I do India too. I love this country.
And we have excellent beaches. And Carnival is something that everybody in the world have to come and watch.
Brian Lara, the stadium, it's awesome.
I was just about to ask about the beaches, but you answered the question before I reached there.
Yes. We have the best beaches, as you all know. Trinidad and Tobago, both sides. Excellent beaches.
Speaking about the food, doubles. Have you tried the doubles?
Of course, I have tried the doubles. Those are the favorite. In fact, when she was pregnant, we always used to feed her doubles. It's a super duper food. We love doubles.
One thing you both would like to say to anyone who haven't visited Trinidad yet and the Caribbean?
Well, all I can say is, if you don't come to Trinidad and Tobago or Caribbean, you are definitely missing something in life for sure. If you really want to be happy in life, a memorable trip.
All right, at this point in time, Colin Murray, cricket commentator, joins us from Trinidad and Tobago. Colin, appreciate you joining us. As a former West Indies under-19 captain and a Trinidad and Tobago player, as well as the cousin of the cricketing legend, Derek Murray, who was a member of the champion West Indies one-day teams in 1975 and 79. What is your recollection of an outstanding event in any of the series that showed the character and cricketing qualities of the team members?
Well, I happened to be there in 1975 for that famous victory of the West Indies at the World Cup, the first ever World Cup. And it was a joy to be there. So many things were standing out in that series. The final, for example, Viv Richards running out 3 players, Clive Lloyd's 100. But there was no doubt, to me, the most outstanding feature of that 75 in particular World Cup was the last wicket stand between Derek Murray and Andy Roberts. Had it not been for that, we would not have beaten Pakistan. And if we had lost to Pakistan, we would not have gone on in the tournament. West Indies would have been out of the World Cup. That victory, I think it gave the guys the momentum to push on and win the World Cup. That 75 and 79 teams, they had a belief. These guys felt that they couldn't lose, even when the chips were down. They had this self-belief in themselves, and they played as a team. Yes, they had stars. There was Greenwich, there was Roberts, there was Lloyd, etc. But you know what? They played as a unit, and when one didn't perform, another one stood up. But I think the most important thing of that team, 75, 79, was the belief in one another. They felt that they could not lose, even when things were not going their way. They were bowled out cheaply. They felt when they went onto the field, they would have been able to bowl that opposition out for less. And even when, you know, they were chasing a mammoth total, they had the belief in all their batsmen to go out and make those runs. So, you know, in one word, that team, belief.
Right, you're absolutely right. And based on the outcome of the current ODI series, you know, what are your views on the performance of the Indian team and the West Indies team specifically?
Well, of course, the Indian team, they seem to be taking things a little lightly. They won the Test series pretty easily. And I think they experiment a little bit in the ODI games. The first game, they won comfortably. Kohli didn't bat, Rohit Sharma didn't bat. And to me, that's a little bit embarrassing for the West Indies. But at the end of the day, you know, they bounced back nicely. I think India now will have to sit up and say, hey, you know, the experiment is over. You know, it's a situation where they will have to put out their best team. And that's what they have to do. You know, you cannot come against any team and sort of come up with a B team and expect to do that well. And kudos to the West Indies that they were able to take on the team without Kohli, without Sharma, and win that second ODI. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, India were experimenting. The experiment failed a little bit. But, you know, the West Indies team, it's unfortunate because, you know, I talk about belief, and I think that is what is lacking in this West Indies team. There's not a belief in themselves that they can go out there and play against anybody in the world and do well and win a game. I think sometimes the heads drop when things are not going their way. When things are not going your way, that is when you need to pick yourselves up off the ground and say, hey, we're going to come hard. You know, but India, again, I think India came here with the sole aim to win the Test series, to win the ODI, win the T20. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's a situation where the West Indies, at least all I'm hoping for is to be very competitive. And that's the most important thing. I can't see us winning the series against the Indians.
And do you think that it should have been mandatory for both Pooran and Hussain to have made themselves available to play in the ODI at the expense of playing in the USA T20 competition?
Well, Hussain is a little different. Akil Hussain is a little different. He was not selected, which was a surprise. I thought Akil has been doing well in the last couple of internationals, and he should have been at least in the squad. So I was a little surprised to see that he was not selected. In terms of Nicholas Pooran, I'm disappointed that he did not opt to play for the West Indies. I think, you know, there's no greater honor than representing your country. And I must say I was a little disappointed that he decided to stay on and play in a US tournament. Mind you, I happened to see the innings of Pooran in the final. And listen, it is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, T20 innings I have seen. I thought Andre Russell, a few years ago, playing for Talawas against TKR at the Queen's Park Oval was a great innings. Nicholas Pooran's innings in that final was absolutely superb. It was pure class.
Right, thank you for that. And world champion, West Indies from 1975 to 1979. Andy Murray also joins us on the show. Well, first question, who are your most favorite Indian players of your era and from the current era as well?
My favorite Indian players in the 70s and up to the early 80s, Sunil Gavaskar, Gundappa Vishwanath, Bisheng Singh Bedi, along with Irapali Prasanna and Venkataraman. They played important roles in Indian dominance in the late 70s, early 80s. The current role, I like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Shami as a bowler. I think Shami is one of the best bowlers in the world cricket today, one of the best fast bowlers. And the younger ones to me is more T20 oriented. So I'm not too fond of T20 cricket. So I don't have a favorite in that department. But as far as Test cricket is concerned, the names that I call are the ones who I admire most.
Right, and what was your favorite cricket ground to play on in India? That's something that was a favorite hunting ground for West Indies player.
I don't see our cricket moving away from where it is today unless there's a fundamental change in the approach of our players. Our players are more inclined to look for the quick buck instead of develop themselves where they can earn more in the long run. That is what I would like to see our players do. And our cricket can't move forward without the players changing their attitudes towards the game.
Right, Mr. Roberts, appreciate you joining us, and thank you for taking out the time and speaking with us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.